after the meeting's over and stop recording, we'll pull it up.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Vigil team call. Today is February 16th, 2024. First quarter kind of flew by, guys, and it's just like,
I think you said February.
did I say February?
Listen,
If I did,
listen.
that would, I mean, if I did, that makes sense. So, I'm thinking about like already being home next month, because we're going to New Mexico and our dates got changed because Caleb has his 50% grade concert on May 14th now. So we were going to leave on May 10th or 11th, something like that, because we're going to drive out and then drive back so he can be back for the last week of school. So now it's like I got to fly, and that shortens everything and triples the cost of everything, right? Because now we're buying tickets a month before. And I was just like, oh, this is a kind of week I'm having, but otherwise it's been excellent, guys. I'm excited to introduce something to you guys next week, but I am going to allude to it today. Brenda and Matt have seen this. Guys, this new system is, and if I say it like this, it's because I seriously mean it. It's going to change your life for the better because it will simplify the process for everyone else that you bring on, including yourself. Because wherever you're at, and I add you into the system at your current stage in this career, it is going to give you the instructions you need to get to 130. Every couple days, you will get a text, an email, something along the way pushing you in the right direction to get to 130. Craig McManaman and myself are going to release this to the entire masses, right? Like it will go out to everyone. It is that big thing that I've been working on. You guys know like how much we've been like just pushing and pushing to get this done, but it had to be right. Brenda saw it, Matt saw it. Guys, literally from the time that you have that first interview with someone, it will send them the link to schedule their second interview. It will give them that reminder. After their interview, it'll send them a text and an email with whoever recruited them, their specific Excel code, right? So I say most of you guys up with your own Excel code if you've already got a team, if you're already building a team. That's how intuitive that the system is, right? So we'll go in there. Right now, the way we have it set up, the emails will be coming from me, but as you guys get to agency owner or above, we can make that change and get a system built out for you. So as it stands right now, every system will allow for 50 leaders. Okay, so you guys don't have to worry about any cost associated with this. You guys know me. I try not to add any extra charges to you guys, to your lives. Right now, it will be free, okay, until you get to agency owner at least. When you get to agency owner, it's only $100 a month, guys. Like it's not a lot. I pay that already. I pay like $600 a month just in recurring fees. Like I pay for insurance toolkits, right? That's $120. I pay for virtual mentor, which is $100, or virtual assistant, $100. Pay for virtual mentor for you guys, which is $60 a month, right? So I have all these things that I pay for in addition to that you guys don't even see, right? And a lot of times when you become a new agency owner, you don't even have to sign up for those because you're already signed up underneath me. So I'm excited for it, guys. I want everyone to plug into it though when it does come out. It will take some initial setup, right? It's not crazy, but you do have to go in and enter your people as you talk to them. It will take all of us working together, okay? The other thing is we now have, and I need to find it so I can share it. We now have Airtable. So talk with your individual leaders, right? So Val, you'll talk to me. Anyone that's direct to Matt will talk to Matt. Anyone that's direct to Jama can talk to Jama. and we all have our individual links. It is now tracking our issue paid business every Tuesday, and every Thursday it gets an update. So if you're wondering where something is or where you're at in the process to a promotion, right? Now you have that information, and it won't be a surprise. Like I text Brenda on Saturday, and you guys saw the text, right? Congratulations, month one of 100%, month one of team leader. And she's like, what? I didn't think I qualified, but we saw the snapshot. But now it's not like, oh, do I have to, where am I at? She will be able to see her riders. Like well, you guys can't see that, right? You can't see them in Opt. That's what we found out, right, Brenda? So if you're not paying for virtual assistant, you can't see that in Opt, but you guys will be able to see it in the Airtable. So when you bring on new agents, right, they'll get the slingshot tracker. We have the snapshot tracker now. So you guys will be able to see that on Airtable. And now we have the Agent Activation Accelerator. That's the name of the program that we're releasing next week. I'm actually going to have it finished tomorrow for you guys, but we'll release it to the masses when Craig gets back from St. Lucia. So I know that's a lot that I kind of threw at you guys. I'd like either questions or feedback real quick before we move on.
Excited.
Excited, let us roll.
I think the Airtable is going to be huge too, because with everybody wanting to do advanced markets, that's a great way to kind of go back and see what's pending, because those do take a while to get approved.
Yeah. And so there will be all the notes and requirements. You won't have to log into the individual carrier sites. Any notes that you have will be in the Airtable as well. So then if you need to, then you can go and log into that carrier, right? But it's going to be great, guys. It's already great. It helped me see $5,000 that we were missing from last month. And what does that mean, right? So we were at 42,000 issue paid as an agency last month, which isn't great, but it's moving in the right direction, right? But for me, like, in order to validate my contract, I have to have 45,000 issue paid, right? So we were 3,000 below that. Finding that additional 5,000 that wasn't in the snapshot puts it over. So then now I get my capital bonus, right? So the capital bonus is the things that helps pay for those recruiting and different things like that. So as part of, anyone else have any feedback, comments before, questions?
And I was just going to say, I think having it as a centralized location is going to make it key too, because especially, it's harder, the more business you start writing to remember to go check all the things, to having it in one place where it's just, listed everything the way under each person is a game changer too. Cause then, you don't have to keep remembering what's where and how far along it is and stuff. So I'm excited for that part.
So with part of that, guys, one of the things that I'm getting ready to do, and I'm bringing this to you guys as well. This part I did learn from Craig. We are going to have a round robin style of recruiting. Okay, so I will do all the posting and things like that for you guys. You guys can keep doing your own thing, right? And no one has to participate. Whoever wants to can. There will be a weekly cost associated with it on the recruiting front, and it'll be weekly. Okay. It'll be a round robin style. So every time someone clicks on the link, whoever is up next will get the interview scheduled on their calendar. So depending on how many spots you have in your calendar, that's how many, as the flow starts to go, that's how many you'll get. Okay. So, the way that Craig showed it to me right now, every leader on his team, and he has it capped at 12 leaders right now. They're averaging, get this, 40 interviews a week. Individually, 40 interviews a week, guys. He's charging them $150 a week right now. Is that worth it though? 40 interviews? You're paying less than $4, right? Less than $4 per interview. Right now, an unlicensed lead through Symmetry is $20. And I think the licensed ones are 25, or it might be 25 now. I got off the program because It just didn't make sense to me, right? I was like, I can post one Craigslist ad for $25, right? And Brenda knows this because she does it all the time. And you get 2, 3, 4, 5, for $25. So it's like, well, that's cheaper than a Symmetry $25 recruiting lead or $20 recruiting lead. So that will, I'm hoping to have that launch next week as well. I'm trying not to put too much out there at once because we get that shiny object syndrome, right? All of us do. And it's like, ooh, squirrel, next thing. And I want everyone to stay focused on the things that they're doing well. And the main thing that we all have to focus on, right, is individual production. So my goal right now is to write a policy every single day. So that's where I'm working at, right? So every day, at least one policy. That will help fund and subsidize the cost of all these programs that I'm putting together for you guys. Okay. So I want you guys to be able to grow and have that fast success. And I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes I did. I don't have any regrets about the mistakes I made, right? So last year, I got a lot of outreach and support from people that saw me on Ultimate Agent. Linda, you're one of those, right? Cody Askins leads, right? And I took those people and I placed them, right? I put them under individual people, right? But now what I want to do is I want you guys to put those people underneath yourselves. You interview them and you decide if you want them on your team, right? And if you think they're going to be a better fit for someone else, just make that suggestion. You know what I mean? So if you guys know of someone that comes from a hardworking family that they came from a ranch or anything like that, right? They might be better suited to work with Brenda because she's an early riser, right? If you know someone who is really involved with their kids and acting and things like that, right? They might be a better fit with Val because they have that understanding. Someone that's either a nurse or a teacher, right? And they absolutely hate their job, they might be a better fit for Linda. So just different things that I wanted to share with you guys as I was going through that process in my head, right? And then the third thing, and Matt Avila and I have a meeting about this in about an hour and 15 minutes. We are 2 weeks away from launching in-house leads. It will be, there'll be 2 ways of doing it, right? There will be a subsidized and an unsubsidized. Subsidized means that you have to do a split, right? So if Matt, myself, or whoever these other people are on the team that are directly involved with this whole process that we're doing, if they provide you the leads, it'll be like a 60-40 split or something, okay? But there's no lead cost to you at that point, right? So 60% of something is better than 100% of nothing, right? So, and then there'll be the unsubsidized, which means you just pay whatever your cost is per lead. It'll have a minimum and things like that. They will not be, so just like full transparency, you won't be allowed currently to upload them into your switchboard. It'll be, you'll have to either call them or use a different CRM or a different high level account. And that's probably one of the things we're going to talk about as well and figuring that out. So talk about business in a box. That's where we are headed. And I know you guys have been patient with me, right? Because I've talked about a lot of these things and how we can do them and how we can afford to do them, right? Because this takes money. And you guys know I don't have Brad Smith money. You know what I mean? I don't have Marshall Wayland money or Edward Pritchett money yet. But everything that we're doing is for you guys, right? So all of this is to help you guys grow. You guys know I could sit back, I could make 15, 20 grand a month, be happy until Caleb's completely graduated out of the house, right? But I want that for you guys. And I can't sleep at night. Like I was thinking about this the other day. I got a phone call from someone that says, I really want to quit my job, Michael. I'm ready to do this full time. And I said, I understand that. I said, but you have not had the discipline to dial daily. You haven't even bought leads regularly. So I'm encouraging you not to do that yet. Please don't do that yet, right? And I talked with this individual and like, I couldn't sleep that night, right? And I was like, so I called them again the next morning. I was like, please tell me you have not quit, right? So they didn't quit. They listened to me. They're going to start buying leads on a regular basis starting this week, and get into the flow, right? But if we don't submit to the system that we have here before they go full time, are they ever going to submit to that system to be able to be successful, right? So we heard Marissa Turner yesterday on the Daily Huddle. That girl is disciplined. Brenda had a heart attack. 20 when Marissa said this. Marissa is buying 25 to 30 leads a week. A week. You guys want to know why she's doing 35 to 40,000 a month?
A-leads at that, A-leads.
A-leads. Correct. And then on top of that, she's doing 40 interviews a week. So there's no excuse why none of us can't buy 5 to 10 leads a week, right? And do 5 to 10 interviews. The metrics are 20 applications, 20 interviews a month to have $100,000 agency, right? So you guys saw I shared those slides. Brenda, did you ever see the other ones come through after we talked? Because I did a big update. So if you guys have not seen them in WhatsApp, I will push that out again. It probably was just too big, so I'll just do them in batches. I'm going to send you guys all the slides from leadership last week. There are some amazing things coming, but I don't want to announce them until they're here, right? Because it's like, you guys know how that can be, right? We're still waiting on a couple of those things to come true from 2018, right? Like no more opt. I can't wait till we have no more opt, but it's coming. Guys, there's a new final expense program from Transamerica that will be launched next month. If you guys aren't considering Transamerica for your hard to place clients, I'd highly encourage you guys to start looking at them. They accept a lot of people. Jeremiah has committed to helping us and be the advocate for our team. Excuse me, I explained to him the struggles that we're having with F&G, right? Like getting things processed in time and stuff like that. I explained to him that they have a very low cap on commissions, right? So Shania found this one out the hard way, right? $3,500 max cap for that month. She'll get all of her money. It's just it won't happen until the as earned hits that next level. I put in a request for her. She, I told her I would, trying to get at least raised to 5,000. Normally they said, but we have to show that there's supporting business for that to happen. Talk to Jeremiah. He says, if I give the green light for it, everyone can go to 7,500 advanced commission with them, right? And that's single case advanced commission, household. So just different things I want you guys to think about. Americo, guys. Americo is a great IUL. Mutual of Omaha is a great IUL, okay? I want you guys to think about this, though. Any simplified IUL should not be sold.
Did he freeze?
I froze?
Yep.
Okay,
What-
good. Because I was like, oh, what do you think about this?
That's what I was like, uh-oh.
Rain.
Hold on, let me just close some windows. Let's see. I don't know why my internet, it's just said I went
I thought it
unstable.
was me because I can
That was
barely
like
hear
a
you
mic
guys,
drop.
like it's like my volume is on a 2, so I'm trying to connect a speaker to hear.
All right, what was the last thing you guys heard? I'm sorry.
Americo's a great IUL and Moo is a great IUL.
Great
Okay,
IUL.
yeah.
You said but, and then Mike.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so they're great IULs, right? But I don't want you guys to sell them as an infinite banking as a retirement option. They are not designed for that at all, okay? It is strictly a simplified IUL that gives flexibility for premiums. If you have someone that's on the fence about a $200 a month IUL, right? They're kind of iffy. They can pay it this month, the next month, and maybe the next month, right? Make sure that the target is $200 a month. That way, if that minimum premium is something lower, they can drop to that in the future if they have to, okay? I am seeing a lot of IULs fall off the books across the company. This is not specific to our agency, thank goodness. But because people are overselling the simplified issue IUL as a retirement vehicle. It is not that. It's not designed to be that, okay? The other thing that we have to be very careful about, and this is just from probably years of misinformation, living benefits on a policy, and we'll just make it simple. If you sell a $100,000 term life express, $100,000 policy, IUL express, right? And you're selling the living benefits of 80,000 max, right? For cancer, heart attack, stroke, any critical chronic illness. If Matt Avila has a heart attack tomorrow at 22 years old with a $100,000 policy, right? He's likely going to survive that policy and live a full life, okay? He accelerates the benefit on that $100,000 because, hey, Michael Vigil sold him a policy and said, hey, you get up to $80,000 for having a heart attack. Well, it's max of 80,000, right? He'll likely get 22,000 because his life expectancy is still great. So he had a $100,000 term policy. He gets accelerated benefit of 22,000. His policy is void at that point. You have used every benefit available to you at that point. 78,000 is not available to you because that's what you did not use from your $100,000 benefit, right? The policy is done. That's where layering and stacking policies and laddering policies is important and good to understand. So if you guys need training on that, Matt and I will do a training on that next week so people can understand that. I think it'll be good for the team to understand that. We have seen a few E&O claims come in just in the last few months, in the company, not in the master agency at all, from people that have done that. Okay, so just be very, very careful with that. Val found out something very crazy as well, and I want her to explain this because I was unaware of this, and this blew my mind on a conversion with Foresters. Val?
I was gonna say, let me see if I can pull up the paperwork on it, but basically, if, at least with Foresters, for
It's
a
only Foresters.
conversion,
Yeah.
the living benefits do not follow in a conversion. So I have a client right now that has a strong foundations, and she is converting to a smart UL. Those benefits do not convert. So none of the living benefits.
Living benefits do. I mean, the
What-
living benefits don't, but like, what about the Forester member benefits?
Those,
Okay.
those will. Now I did have one, I had to call for some clarification. I had a Forster's agent. I haven't talked to Michael about this because I was trying to upload the paperwork. This Forster's agent supposedly says the terminal does follow, but the critical chronic do not.
Yeah,
However,
every
the
life
terminal-
insurance policy should have a terminal rider on it by law.
Okay, so you think that does follow?
Yes, the terminal illness is required by law.
Okay, so it's the
Yeah.
critical and chronic that do not.
Yeah.
And that's super important to let the client know that before they proceed.
Yeah,
And
so
as far as living benefits, I've also stopped Michael once I had a really good conversation with the gal, I can't remember her name, from National Life Group, on exactly how great it is and what gets paid out. So I never tell anybody, for instance, it's $100,000 policy. You know, you can get up to 80,000. I don't even mention figures. I just tell them, you can get an accelerated benefit. And when people ask me, I just say it's so varied because it depends on how much has actually been paid into the policy, and everybody's situation is different. It kind of depends on what the doctors deem. So I can't give you a figure, but you can get some accelerated benefit. I don't know if that's right the way I'm saying it, but I'm very vague on it. I say it's there. I say as the policy matures, the life of the policy is longer, the benefit goes up and is bigger. But anyway, but yes, to answer your, or to tell you what you wanted me to tell you, there it is.
okay. Nope, thank you. Go ahead, Linda.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I understood you correctly. So are you basically, I think I'm reiterating what Val said, but the longer you have the policy, then the more you are able to receive for the living benefits.
No, not necessarily. Um,
So when he said that he was only able to be accelerated like the 22,000, not the whole 80,000.
that's based on life expectancy and severity of the incident. That's why it's the weirdest calculation you'll ever see. Like
Okay.
they take in so many factors. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying when you guys are selling it, right? If you're dealing with someone that wants a conversion because they feel that their health may not be the best, if they have that conversion availability, right? You have that in your back pocket no matter what. Like the insurance carrier cannot take that away with you if it's been over 2 years, right? So if you need to, go ahead and apply for a different policy to carry those living benefits over into a new policy, right? If they don't qualify, then you know, hey, I can convert this policy for them. Okay. Whoa, what did you do, Linda? Woo!
I have no idea. I swear I didn't touch my phone. That was the same reaction. I was like, does everybody else see that?
Oh yeah, we all saw that. We all saw that, Linda. Party in her car. I think she might be hotboxing in that car. That's how you deal with those kids, huh, Linda? I'm just joking.
If you
All
have
right.
your animations on, you can like put up 2 fingers and you would have balloons. And then if you put both your hands up, you'll have fireworks.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I did something to initiate that.
Yeah, it's a really cool feature. I can't figure out how to turn my animations on, so I can't do it.
I have to rewatch this to see what I did right before
I
the
think it's
balloons.
because you had your fingers like this, and it
Yeah,
like,
if you hold them up, they'll like literally like it will trigger balloons or something.
I guess
Let's
it's a one.
go. Come on, let's work. Come on, balloons.
I know. It's very because I can't even figure out how to get mine on to make it happen.
Oh, you gotta be
me-
special. So she's because she's a teacher, that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why.
you have to-
She has the
Gotcha.
special Zoom.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, guys. And then the other announcement, right? So after going to leadership, if you guys were on the Thursday Daily Huddle last week, there was a very open, honest, and transparent Daily Huddle that happened last Thursday. There was a lot of healing and growth and forgiveness that happened on that Daily Huddle as well, right? So I want you guys to know this as well, right? So like I've reached out to Kyle and Lisa, and we were working on just creating a better, stronger, strong as a bond as an agency and as a whole, right? Last week and the week before that, like God really spoke to me and says, hey, Michael, if you want to get out of your slump, you need to be able to forgive people that have hurt you in the past. And I've always known that, right? You guys know, like I speak about forgiveness, and sometimes our ego gets the better of us, right? And I was not in a place in my life where I was willing to forgive, and it's hard, it really is hard. But I put that all behind me, personally, and I share this with you guys because we go through these things as we grow as leaders, right? As we grow as individuals, and I don't ever want to see you guys stuck in something like that as well. So just know that we are here and available for you to talk through those things. So if you ever need to reach out to someone, you guys know that, you can reach out to just about any of us, right? But we are working in tandem with the Kimbrells. So one of the things that we're going to do is this Zoom room will always be available to you guys if you ever need it to run a private meeting or anything like that, right? But our team meeting will move to the virtual success office. Excuse me. And part of the reason for that is so when you guys get off this meeting, right? You can go directly into the dial room that's there because we are a growing team and I'm not always going to be available, especially during baseball season, right? So I don't want you guys to, I don't want your growth stymied on my lack of availability. There's nothing worse than that, right? I don't ever want you guys to feel like you can't do something because I'm not available. And that's the worst feeling in the world. I had someone reach out to me 2 weeks ago and said, "Hey, Michael, the reason I quit the team was because you're never available for me in the evening." And I said, "I told you that since day one. You're in California. Like we're a 3 hour difference. You know what I mean? And when you're calling me at 10 o'clock at night, I know it's only 7 o'clock for you and you're just getting home from a 2 hour commute, but I'm in bed." You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but if we're in the virtual success office, right now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in the dial room, and that'll change throughout the day, right? Yesterday there was 42 people in the dial room for one session. Stefan Brennis is dialing in there right now, actually. He's supposed to start dialing right now. So just know that that room is available for you guys. You'll start to see that in my communications as well as as I start to send out the reminders and things like that. I didn't do it today because I was waiting to tell you guys in person. And then the next text message that comes out for me today that says, "Hey, join us in the virtual success office." There is already the Vigil team breakout room in there. Okay. If you guys want your own breakout room in there, please have a team before you ask for one. Okay. Like, don't ask for one if you're by yourself. Use ours if you want to, but if you guys have a team and you want your own breakout room in there, let me know. That'll always be there. Like I said, this one will always be available as well. Like if you guys need a private training or anything like that, because sometimes conversations need to be private, right? And you don't want someone barging in in your Zoom room for no reason. Okay. So, any questions or thoughts around that?
So just to alliterate, so that way we can update things starting next week, we're gonna be virtual success office for team call?
For team call on Tuesday, yes. Yeah.
Okay,
And I'll make the change in the vhillteam.com, like on those links and stuff like that as well. In the text messages that I send out through WhatsApp as well. I'll make all those changes for you guys. So, and I'm sorry if you guys have quick text that you have to go and fix. But here's the thing. So virtual office.agency will be routed there. So if you already have that saved, right? Virtual office.agency, it will be routed to virtual success office. So you can get there either way. You'll be able to get there either way. Okay.
Already I'm going to have trouble with that, right? Like I'm going to be lost, right? So I'm going to reach out privately.
That's all right. So what I'll do is on virtual agents virtual office.agency, the website I send out in every text message, right? I'll have one link that said, you can click on this button, it'll take you to virtual success office, or you can click on this one that says old Vigil team Zoom. That way it'll make it a little bit easier for Val.
When technology and I come together, it's that listen, Linda, when I call Michael. Michael's like, Val, I'm like, listen, Linda, listen.
I can't wait for Val to get one of those eagles that's behind her for $1 million producer.
It wasn't
Anything
for
else?
but it was close.
Justine, Shania, Gloria, any questions? No?
I don't think so. I'm sorry I was not on camera today. We ran behind on morning schedules.
That's all right. I get it. You get a new Tahoe and now you want to just go hang out in the Tahoe.
Hey, it's not new. It's not new. And it's a Yukon. I got humbled hardcore. I went from a 2020 to a 2008.
That's all right. So you want to talk about that as well, right? I just told Brenda about this. I'm actually downsizing from a Ford F-250 to an F-150 this week. I'm selling my F-250, you know what I mean? And moving to a smaller truck. It just doesn't make sense for me to drive this massive truck around.
See, and we needed a new vehicle, but I can't afford the $90,000 yet. Once I hit $1 million producer, I'll buy me a $90,000 one cash.
You might think differently too when you get there.
Yeah.
We'll buy your 250.
Yeah? It's 40 grand.
Payment plan.
Oh no, they're paying me cash tomorrow. Yeah, no, and that's the crazy thing. It's like I'm getting a few $1,000s more than what I bought it for.
Yeah.
That's the same with the Durango. We literally took it to Auto Nations and they're literally giving us $3,000 under what they sell on the lot for.
Yeah, that's
And that's
crazy,
what we
huh?
were asking for it anyways. And so I was like, I'll take the deal. Thank you. Take these
Yep.
payments. Goodbye.
Yep.
CarMax offered me 38.5, and then a private buyer offered me 40 grand.
Yeah.
During COVID, my father-in-law, the truck that we used to pull our trailer with, during COVID, he had bought it through Rich Ford, through some people that Kyle and Lisa and I are friends with, and they reached out and they offered him, I mean, like 8 to 10 grand more than what he paid for it.
It's crazy.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah. First time in 10 years, we will not have a car payment, and I don't know what to do with myself.
That'll be us as well in July.
Don't worry, you guys all need to say prayers for me because now it's going to be keeping Dom under the no car payment mindset.
Tell him to
He is
jump
a
on a huddle
spender.
one of these days.
He is a spender, and we are humbling ourselves.
Just take that car payment money and put it aside for your house that you're gonna build. Then he won't know about it.
Yeah, we ain't building, we restoring.
Save it. Then he won't know about
Yep.
it.
Yeah. And then he'll be, no, because we all share bank accounts. So he'll be like, why is this money sitting in a bank account?
Move it to a different one.
Val, who you sending a picture to of me?
a
She thought
lady
she was
that-
sneaky, see?
yeah, telling her how awesome our team is, and I was like, look, the support.
All
So-
right.
It's like
Any-
you're still
any-
on that Zoom, so I was showing her, yeah, I am.
Anyone
I
else?
told her to call her at 11.
No? All right, Gloria. I'm ready to turn in that $100,000 annuity today, okay? So call me.
Well, I don't have 100,000, but yeah, we need to talk about that. We get to do that one.
There you go. So let me stop the recording and then we'll let you and Navi knock out that application. Give me 1 second.